Tuesday, June 14th, and I want to know what's happening with the franchise wars.
Okay, so back in 1993, Demolition Man was released, and if you're as old as I am, that was a big flick, and it was a big deal. It was a dystopian kind of thriller based in 2032, where Sandra Bullock has this amazing quote about Taco Bell winning the franchise wars. Now, just last week, it seemed like there was a hint of truth in it. Taco Bell just opened their first restaurant that apparently is optimized for mobile, and that way they're thinking about mobile phones first and mobile ordering, and their goal is to get people through the drive-thru in less than 2 minutes, and that not only involves QR codes and mobile apps, but they have 3 out of the 4 lanes dedicated entirely to mobile ordering. So they're taking this pretty seriously, and if you've enjoyed apps like Chick-fil-A and any of the other apps that have really improved during the pandemic, you might see that the writing's on the wall here. There are a lot more restaurants that are going tech native, and I think hopefully they won't all be delivering food through food tubes. But aside from that, you can sort of see that if you are a restaurant owner, it's time to get into the game. I think you're going to be left behind by some of these other franchises and larger companies that have optimized for mobile. And I think it's time that other restaurants take heed and get on the game if they're not already.
All right, Paul, Xbox without Xbox. What is happening?
Say what?
That's right. Apparently no console needed. The future of gaming is streaming. And it looks like Xbox and Microsoft are streaming premium titles, and I think this sets the scene for the future of gaming, which is more about streaming and less of that big device that hogs your living room. So we'll see more of this in the coming months and years, I'm sure, but yeah, this is a big deal.
Okay, Paul, what's happening with Spotify?
Okay, so apparently in an investor meeting, Spotify pitched the idea of audiobooks. So we think that, following in the footsteps that they've made into podcasts, that audiobooks are next. So look at Audible. Spotify's getting into audiobooks and probably looking to use their subscription model and hopefully push things a bit further. But obviously Spotify, very smart. They're always getting into something new, and audiobooks is the future. They see some money in it, and we're looking forward to it.
I like having everything in one place.
Totally.
So
They like having everything in one place too.
Yeah. All right. So Paul, our stat of the week, Pokémon GO. What is happening?
Yeah, so I can tell you as a parent of a 6 and 8 year old, Pokemon is still huge. It's been around since we were kids, and this is a reflection of how successful it is. Pokemon GO's revenue has soared past $6 billion. So that is
wild.
Huge, and that's just Pokemon GO itself.
My money don't jiggle, it folds.
That's amazing. Yeah, I kept reading, people were like, who's still playing Pokemon GO? But clearly, a lot of people.
Oh, it's big. There's trading happening every day at this elementary school around the corner, I can say for sure.
That's amazing. Okay, what's happening?
All right, in the crypto land, it's been a crazy week. I'll try to stick to the good news. We'll sort of look past the huge tumble in from stocks to cryptocurrencies to some of the other things to focus on some of the really interesting news over the last few days that are more positive. One of them is a really interesting use case for NFTs, and that's an airdrop of a subpoena. So you can read a little bit more about that in the What's Happening newsletter. It's a fascinating use of the tech for this, and something that might not be the last we see of it. And then the other, just hot off the press the last few days, is Jack Dorsey's announcement of his Web 5 project. A lot more about this in the newsletter, but again, it just sets the scene for huge innovation and potential change of the world, and this is how Jack Dorsey sees things, and he's about to double down, triple down, quadruple down. What comes after that? It's all about Web 5 for Jack Dorsey, and that's what he's doing. You can read more about it in the newsletter.
Okay, interesting. Very cool. Check out the newsletter. Okay, what's happening at 3 Advance?
Okay, so this. We've started using this web app called Travel Perk. And the reason we're getting deeper into it is because we're planning our retreat. We're going to do a retreat, our first full in-person retreat for the entire 3 Advanced team. I'm telling you. There's I think about 18 of us that are going to be here, going to get together in September. And we've been using this website called travelperk.com. Kate, maybe you want to talk a little bit about Travel Perk? Let us know your experiences.
So it's just a super easy, super organized place to house everyone's flights, the accommodations, everything in one place, and folks can, add their flights, we can approve them. It's super easy, and it's making the planning for the retreat a lot easier. So
yeah, it's funny. There've been a lot of startups getting into the business travel sphere. One in particular that did not survive the pandemic was Upwork. We actually made the Android app for Upwork Travel a few years ago. Sadly, they've struggled to get through the pandemic, but this website called Travel Perk has filled the void marvelously. Business travel got so much easier. People can select their own flights, submit them for approval, and then we step in and make sure the costs are right and make sure the agenda is lining up with their plans and make it happen. So that's what's happening at 3 Advance, and I'm sure we'll be talking much more about that in the coming months too, Kate, right?
Yes. Oh my gosh, absolutely. Stay tuned.
I can't wait.
I know. Awesome. All right, Paul. Well, thank you so much.
Cool.
Catch you next week.
See you next week.
See ya.